Sorry about that, guys. Can y'all hear me? Ended up having to go on my tab at 7, man. I don't know what happened with my desktop, but we are back. Can y'all hear me? How it sound? You got one thumbs up. See how it sound right quick. Let me see how it look right quick. Yeah, man. CES is, I don't know, kind of bummed that it's not live, like in person, because that would have been dope. But so far, it's been pretty cool. The biggest thing about CES is the networking, obviously. But yeah, that'll come. I think this is a good way to get your feet wet, just kind of with the pace and what to expect as far as the showcases and expos and all that stuff. And let's see. All right. But yeah, man. So I don't know. So I try not to be trying to be shook up, man, because my desktop really let me down, man. But um yeah, so some of the things that I'm super excited about that I saw CES today. Like I was saying before, LG, Samsung, TCL, and who else? There's somebody else. Oh, Huawei. Yeah, so they all did their presentations today, and really LG, I think they killed it. Some of the things that they showed off were obviously, the televisions. They showed off a big improvement to the OLED tech, which is going to be QNED, which is I'm sorry, it's not QNED. It's going to be the L. It's going to be the OLED Neo. That's what it is. QNED is the Samsung LCD joint. But basically, if you're familiar with OLED, the only weakness, if you even call it a weakness, the only place that it's not as good as an LCD is in its brightness. And not to say that it's dim, but if you have like a super bright room where you can't control the lighting, the OLED, it's going to be more difficult to appreciate it, right? Because it's going to have to be so bright all the time to try to combat that. Whereas if you have an LED, like you know, different companies call their tech different things. Like Samsung calls theirs the QLED. Vizio calls theirs the quantum tech, where basically they can get like super searing bright. That's great if you're in a bright room where you can't control the lighting, but if you can make it dark or you do like a lot of dark room watching, like movies and stuff like that, they're kind of weaker. You have to pay a lot to get an LED TV. Where when you're in a black room, the blacks don't look gray and murky. You know what I'm saying? So supposedly the OLED Neo Tech is supposed to make the OLEDs even brighter and improve them in a couple of other areas. Um, but that's just small potatoes, man. They're doing rollable TVs. They're doing, transparent TVs and stuff like that. LG, man, as far as displays, they're easily the king right now when it comes to televisions and stuff like that. So that's something that I'm excited for with LG. Samsung, they did their, I think it was called like Back to Normal or Better Than Normal or something like that. They showcased a lot of lifestyle stuff, which is kind of normal for CES, right? At CES, you see the refrigerators and the smart washing machines and the weird stuff like the autonomous dogs and robot helpers and all that weird stuff. And Samsung didn't disappoint. They had their little robot. They had their vacuum cleaners. And LG, they had the fridge and all that stuff too. But Samsung also talked about their QNED LED tech, which we kind of knew was coming. Um, it is what it is. As far as me being excited for it, it's not OLED. And the only LED tech that I'll be more excited for than OLED is micro LED, not mini LED, micro LED. That's when I actually get closer to that, the ability to turn off, on and off pixels, so to speak, right? So it'll have so many LEDs making up the backlight panel that it'll seem like they're turning off. They can make like a little small dot on the screen and be super bright, and the rest of it be almost off. Um, but yeah, I want to hit up the comments, man, especially after the little, issue we had before. If you don't mind, I'm going to share this out a little bit since we got going, and I know that it's somewhat stable now. But shout out to Justin, shout out to Bill Nye, it's my homeboy, Brad. Shout out to Ishmael. Oh yeah, something cool happened, Ishmael. Ishmael, I want to talk about later that I think you'll appreciate. But it says LG also has the best price. I do like the Sony OLED TV as well. Yeah, the Sony is weird, man. Gaming really shook things up this year, and that really kind of propelled um, LG to the top. And I think they just got lucky that that's what happened. So Sony is still struggling to come out with an OLED TV that is fully compatible with the PS5, which is crazy. Like that should be a no-brainer. That should give you the best experience, but they're still struggling to enable all those, all those features like the FreeSync and the low latency mode and HDR and 4K 120, all the new, next gen gaming features, and HDMI 2.1 features. They're still struggling to enable all this stuff at the same time and not degrade the picture quality. So it's not a hardware thing. They just hadn't been doing it. Like Sony just came out with their first OLED, so um, they're kind of in the struggle. But hopefully they'll get that straightened out, and you know we can manage to have some competition, because the more OLED competition we have, the lower the prices, the more normal that type of display tech will be, and I think we'll see another jump in display quality across the board, kind of like we did with 4K. Now you can walk into the store and buy 4K TV for $200. So that's like the minimum resolution. Now we need that actual panel technology that gives you that crazy contrast and crazy HDR impact and stuff like that. Let's see, show it, share this out right quick, because I know we lost a couple people that I feel like would be on if they knew that I was back live. Shout out to Phone Tech at work. He got me going again. Yeah, man. So I kind of wanted to see if there's anything that you guys were particularly excited about, or curious about, the CES process, or just I don't know, just want to give you guys some insight into it and kind of answer some of the questions y'all had about CES and what it is. Um, I know I was talking to my wife earlier, and she kind of had like an idea of what it was, but she didn't really know what like the purpose of it was, and it's kind of transition. Like I talked about in the past, CES is transition more to, it's like a kind of not up and coming tech show, but kind of a place where people showcase kind of what they can do. And you get a lot of like those Indiegogo and Kickstarter companies that have products that they're trying to raise funds for. They'll have booths there showing that stuff off. You got a lot of companies that come from like China, and companies that showcase stuff that might not even be legal to operate here, like drones and autonomous stuff. I want to do like autonomous cars and have tracks and stuff like that set up. So it's really, for what I know about it, just like like an overdose of just tech, like people just trying to show off everything that they can do, what they're capable of, what the future holds for their company. And then you had like kind of interesting companies like TCL. So they did their showcase. They showcased TVs, but they dropped 5 phones. They dropped two tablets, I think, and they dropped a pair of earbuds. So they just, kind of took full advantage of the CES days, just try to get some of the news cycles. Um, but I think that's going to be a good move for them. We'll see how they do this year. I know last year they came out of nowhere, so the bar was pretty low as far as the products and the quality and kind of what they had to offer. But this year people kind of have expectations. I know me personally. They came out with 5 phones. They came out with the TCL 20 SE, the 25G, the 20L, the 20 Pro, and I think they came out with like another like budget phone. Obviously, the Pro is the top end version of what they're going to be offering. But I don't know the specs. If anybody's seen any specs on them, definitely let me know. But if the 20 Pro is anything like the 10 Pro from last year, just with a better camera and better processor, I'm gonna be all over it, man. So that's something that came out that I'm pretty that I'm looking forward to as well. Also, man, it's been pretty cool to see just like the networking opportunities that have come up, even virtually. I'm getting hit up from all type of companies, and they're like companies I never heard of that are doing pretty cool things. You got some that are, not necessarily trying to like revolutionize anything. Some people just trying to make their mark. Like a lot of autonomous car stuff, as far as people actually having kits that you add on to your existing car that they're trying to showcase and start up. Because we know that autonomy and electric cars are the future. So that's going to happen. Um, what else did we have? It's been kind of it's been it's been some weird stuff too, man. There's one company that hit me up, and they were basically trying to equate making your home a smart home to like saving the environment. It was a stretch, but they had some nice, little press material and stuff like that. I can't knock them. I can't knock them on that. But but I don't know. I'm kind of just giddy because I'm like in tech overload. Usually, you get the normal tech cycles, and you kind of know when to expect and what to expect. But every time I check my email, I'm looking. I'm like, man, what are these people gonna be offering? And it might be something crazy off the wall, or it might be something that you kind of expected. But on all in all, it's been pretty cool. Let's see. Okay, so Alan says he's in there. Yeah, appreciate the support, man. Like I said, I know it's late. I know it's like 10:30 on a Monday night on the East Coast, but I did want to at least touch on some of the CES stuff that I've been seeing. Yeah, Alan says fun part of CES week. Yeah, I know you've been in person, so the some of the other festivities that be going on after the showcases. I know you be getting to enjoy that. And like I said, hopefully next year all this COVID stuff will be kind of worked out and under control. I don't think it'll be 100% back to normal. I hope not. I don't know if y'all like me, but I want people to enact the COVID protocols even if they don't have COVID. Like if you got the flu, 6 feet, stay away from me, mask up, wash your hands, hand sanitizer, do that. I don't want to catch nothing from nobody. Like that's not why I go to work. It's not why I go out to eat. If you ain't feeling good, stay your butt home, man. You got a fever, runny nose, you feeling achy and all that. Just go ahead and call out, man. Go ahead and do what you got to do to take care of yourself, get better. Don't spread that crap around, man. But yeah, hopefully next year we better do something in person. Um, I'm looking forward to it, man. It says, what did I think about the roll up concepts? The roll up concept is pretty cool, man. Especially how LG at the end of their little press conference, they they showed like a little demo. Not really a demo. They kind of like slickly cut to a guy holding their little roll up phone, and he was watching, and it made it look like he was watching the LG press conference on it. And when he got done, he kind of let it roll back down into like the regular phone size. I'm waiting to see that because I think that that's the future, even past foldables, right? Because foldables, because they're all trying to obtain this idea of a larger screen in a small package, but that's really like the mark, right? Where you have a device that isn't any thicker than a regular phone, isn't any bigger, isn't any heavier, um, but you still get that benefit. And I mean, it looks like they've, I hadn't seen anybody review one or do much outside of shoot a, crappy little webcam video of it. But I mean, it looks like it's a real feasible thing. Sean in the building, what's going on, man? Appreciate you for stopping through. Just kind of discussing some CES stuff, some of the cool tech that that I've seen. Like I say, it's a little bit more difficult. Like I say, normally this would be in Las Vegas and you'd be in the convention center. So you just be kind of from wall to wall. You'd see booths and vendors and there's all kind of tech. You can just walk up and experience what people have. Now you have to be a lot more intentional. People are sending emails, but you have to kind of go to each of the vendors' sites and kind of look through what they have. They kind of see their press kit and you get to see pictures or they'll have some videos and things like that that you can look at. Um, and some of them even have reached out about doing like setting up interviews, stuff like that. I know I talked to a PR person at Vmoda about doing an interview and possibly getting a review unit because they actually dropped their first noise canceling pair of headphones, and they also did a rebranding. So if you're familiar with Vmoda, they're a headphone company, and I don't have my Vmodas around here, but they actually rebranded. So they still offer the same products. They're using the same names for their products, but their symbol, their logo has changed. Um, and from what I can tell, they're still kind of focused on the same kind of goal, which is elegant, durable design with a little bit of like Italian inspiration, build quality, good sound quality. Kind of focus on like a DJ type sound profile where you have more of a boomy bass. Um, and now they offer noise canceling headphones as well. So she said she was going to forward me over to the PR person. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I'll keep you guys updated. I'm just I don't know, man. This is kind of been cool. What else? Give you guys another update. This is not CS related, but I did get contacted by Sennheiser, and they want to do like a little interview, potentially about some of the upcoming products and sending out something to review. So definitely stay tuned for that. 2021's been going great, man. CES 2021 has been pretty cool, especially for it being virtual. And I just want to, like I said, I wish I could share it with you, but you can't vlog something that's virtual, man. It is, you know. I thought about doing a live stream while I watch a live stream, but that just seems kind of, I don't know, it seems kind of corny, man. You guys let me know if that's something that you're interested in. Um, Trying to think if there's anything else that I've seen that's just kind of wild. Sean says that's dope. He says CS prices are steep. Yeah, CS ain't cheap, man. It's like it is Vegas, and they know all them hotels. They know they're gonna be booked up anyway, so they're not trying to cut anybody no deals. So you definitely got to power up for a trip like that. But it's the same time every year. You just kind of you know get the pricing together and get your dollars right, man. Go out there, man. Get it right ahead of time so that way when you get out there, you ain't worried about it. You're just enjoying yourself. But yeah, yeah, man. It'll be cool to have the whole Team 100 out there too. Shout out to Team 100. Leo, aka Android Stud. He out there at the SEC championship game. Enjoying himself. Um, you know, It'd be dope to have all this out there, man. We gotta get our merch right. Phone Tech at work, Mr. Allen Anthony. We gotta get them Team 100 shirts, man. As BG would say, that motherfucking merch. We gotta get that right, man. So we can get that going. But yeah, man. Look at my notes and see if there's anything else that caught my eye today. Cause like I say, it was a lot of the big boys, and I was trying to dig through and look through some of the smaller stuff too, but it's been, you know, been a little slow. And if y'all don't know, I'm definitely on the fold. So I did just a little small update. I did take the D brand off the back, as you can see, it's fingerprinted up, nasty and stuff. I kept it on the camera lens, but I got the back just because it feels more like one piece. And I actually have a little plastic deal on the front here, and it actually doesn't look too bad. Like it looks like glass, doesn't give me much. Still smooth and all that stuff. I'll probably put one on the back as well. Um, oh, and I gotta show y'all this. So I just kind of got my flossy Carter on. Did like a little live wallpaper. It's kind of dope too. I'm in love with this thing. If you ever gonna treat yourself to a piece of tech, it's 2021 now. We'll see what Samsung got on the 14th for the Unpacked event. But if they don't drop a foldable, this is it, man. This is I keep it in my hands, and usually I got it like this, and I'm using the front screen. And then I mean, what can I say? But yeah, let me look right quick and make sure there's nothing else that kind of went down the CES front that I want to put you guys up on right quick. I know Mercedes, they did a showcase with their kind of with their new in-car software. That's pretty cool. Um, I don't know if that ever will come to market because the problem with software for cars is there's no one-stop shop, right? Every car manufacturer is making their own car software. So for the new Ford Mustang, they got their Ford Sync software. Of course, Tesla got their software. Audi, like every manufacturer makes their own software. The thing is, none of these are software companies, right? And so as cars get more software driven and, the car kind of becomes a car as a service almost, where it's always online, services and features are being added over the air, just like a phone or something like that. These manufacturers have no experience with that. So it'd be great if they kind of, somebody kind of swooped in and, was able to kind of give these manufacturers the software and it'd be somebody that knows what they're doing, that has, experience at it. I know everybody's throwing around Apple as kind of making their own car, but it'd be dope if there's like I guess not an Android version, but some like high quality, software developer that has experience with providing services to people. Because like I say, car manufacturers, you get what you get, right? Like there's no competition, right? You're not gonna buy a Lexus and be like, yeah, I don't like the Lexus infotainment system, so I want to use the Mercedes infotainment system in my car. Like, no, you're not gonna do that. You're gonna use what you got, or you're gonna, if you do put some third party in there, it's gonna look raggedy unless you spend a ridiculous amount of money getting something fabricated. So I don't know. That was pretty cool though. Let's see. Of course, you had Intel out there talking about their chips. Um, I guess we could touch on Apple's M1 chips as well. It's game changing, man. Like they literally put Intel on notice. Competition is always good though. I mean, so now the baseline for what we can expect with laptop is going to be raised just because Apple kind of fired off that shot. They've been talking about putting their chips in computers for a while. I don't think there's ever any doubt that they want to do it, but I think that the improvement that people see in them over a traditional laptop with like an Intel, you know, CPU in it, I don't think people were ready for the jump and the improvement that they saw. So that shot's been fired. Apple's put everybody on notice. Of course, they're gonna make gobs of money with this move because they're not having to, pay Intel for their chips anymore. Um, it's only gonna get better. Intel got to do something. I don't know if Intel need to start making their own laptops. Samsung really is dropping the ball, man, because they got them Exynos chips and they're making like almost every other piece of silicon. Like they're making a display, they're making the storage, they're making the RAM. Like you can't slap together a whole, a full stack SoC to go on your laptop. I mean, I don't know. Shoot, I guess not because they hadn't done it. But we'll see, man. And see, Phone Tech says Intel done. AMD Ryzen took the title. Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of talk about the Ryzen stuff from AMD. People say it's pretty good. AMD's kind of always been like the underdog. I don't know if it's because like I remember in my days of doing break fix stuff, AMD was always kind of seemed like the cheap way out. Like they were always a lower price than Intel. I mean, at the end of the day, they do the same thing, but I think once you get to like those higher end kind of demanding type situations, AMD's kind of for some reason developed a reputation for not holding up well, like whether it be like for thermals or you know durability, longevity, whatever it is. AMD just always kind of caught a bad rap, even though they were giving you typically more power than Intel. Intel just always kind of seemed more refined than AMD. But Intel, I mean, they got to do something, man, because they're gonna lose that Apple business for sure. Because the M1 is a monster. But let's see, do this here. Yeah, like I said before, of course you got like lots of drones that's going on. Um, I don't know, man. I think that's about you know. I think that's about everything that I could think of. Say, what about the Samsung phone event? Talking about unpacked. Um, I don't know, man. For whatever reason, I'm not interested in the S21. I think it's kind of ugly, especially that little purple and gold joint they got. And it's kind of weird what they did with the camera, but it might look better in person though. You know, but that's me. Yeah, on the Samsung phone event, you talking about if you talking about unpacked not till the 14th. So you kind of forced to say that for what is it, Thursday? No, I'll definitely do a wrap up stream on that. But yeah, I think that's oh man, I'm probably gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Just want to touch on the things that I saw and just kind of let you guys know that CS is going on. If I got any questions, you know, hit me up. I'm out here in these CES streets, these virtual CES streets, anyway. Um, but yeah, man, Go ahead and call it quits. And appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Stick with me through the technical difficulties. We'll have that worked out next time, man. But until I'll talk to you again. Peace.